Right now, somewhere in America, a family is building a house they plan to eat in. Stay with me because the story of how this became a Christmas tradition involves medieval monks, a terrifying fairy tale, and one very clever group of German bakers. December 12th is National Gingerbread House Day, but this tradition didn't start with kits from the grocery store. It began over 1,000 years ago with a monk who had a taste for something spicy. Around 992 AD, an Armenian monk named Gregory of Nicopolis arrived in Europe. He brings with him recipes for a special kind of bread, dense and dark, flavored with an exotic spice called ginger. He teaches French Christians how to bake it, and something magical happens. People fall in love with it. But here's what makes gingerbread special. It's not just delicious, it's sturdy. You can mold it, shape it, carve it. Medieval monks started baking gingerbread into images of saints for religious ceremonies. It becomes so sacred that by the 1600s, only specially trained members of gingerbread guilds can make it. Except during Christmas and Easter. During the holidays, everyone gets to bake. Fast forward to the early 1800s in Germany. Two brothers, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, published a collection of fairy tales. One story captures everyone's imagination. It's called Hansel and Gretel. You probably know the story. Two children, abandoned in the forest, stumble upon a house made entirely of bread, cakes, and sugar. A witch's house. She lures them in, plans to eat them, but they outsmart her and escape. It's dark, it's creepy, and German bakers think, wait a minute, we could actually make that. Within a few years, bakers across Germany started creating elaborate edible houses from Lebkuchen, their traditional gingerbread. But they transformed the story. Instead of a witch's trap, they make these houses into something beautiful, something festive, something that says Christmas. Think about what's happening here. These bakers take a nightmare from a fairy tale and turn it into a dream. They decorate these houses with white icing like snow, add candy like precious jewels, and create miniature winter wonderlands you can hold in your hands and eat. The tradition explodes across Europe. Nuremberg, Germany becomes known as the gingerbread capital of the world. Master bakers compete to create the most elaborate designs. Some paint their creations with gold leaf. Others carve intricate details into the walls. Then German immigrants brought the tradition to America, specifically Pennsylvania, and it spreads, slowly at first, then faster as the decades pass. By the 1990s, something remarkable happens. In 1992, the Grove Park Inn in Asheville, North Carolina, hosted the first National Gingerbread House competition. People from across the country submit entries. The creativity is stunning. Today, over 2 million gingerbread house kits are sold every year in America alone. That's 2 million families gathering around their kitchen tables, sticky with icing, laughing as walls collapse, creating memories that last far longer than the gingerbread itself. In Bergen, Norway, they build an entire gingerbread city every year before Christmas. Over 2,000 houses and buildings were created by school children and volunteers. It's called Pepperkakebyen, and it's claimed to be the world's largest gingerbread city. From one monk's spicy bread recipe in 992 AD to a dark fairy tale in 1812 to millions of families today, gingerbread houses have traveled through time, changing meaning along the way. What started as sacred became scary and finally transformed into something that brings people together. Every time you place that gumdrop on the roof, every time you pipe white icing along the edges, you're part of a story over 1,000 years old. You're taking something that was once exclusive to guilds and making it your own. You're turning flour, spice, and sugar into memories. One monk, one fairy tale, millions of sweet memories. Before you leave, think about this. Your family builds traditions the same way you make a gingerbread house, piece by piece, year after year. Maybe it's the way your grandmother always puts the roof on first. Perhaps it's the argument over whether to use gumdrops or peppermints. Maybe it's the house that never quite stands up straight, but everyone loves anyway. These moments, these traditions, they're the stories that define your family. Have you written them down? Have you captured the way your daughter's eyes light up when she adds too much candy? Or the joke your dad tells every single year while mixing the icing? Those stories won't preserve themselves. Your grandchildren won't know about the great gingerbread disaster of 2024 unless someone tells them. They won't understand why your family does things the special way you do unless you write it down. These aren't just traditions, they're treasures, and you're the keeper. What's your family's gingerbread house story? What makes your tradition uniquely yours? That's legacy worth preserving. If stories like this make you smile, if you love discovering how everyday traditions began, join the History Sparks community. Subscribe to this channel because every day we uncover another moment when something ordinary becomes extraordinary, when someone's simple idea becomes everyone's tradition. Hit subscribe. Tomorrow we're uncovering another piece of history hiding in plain sight.